Hey, what's going on, guys? All in channel here, host Sega Forever. Haven't done a PSA video in a long time. I'm definitely gonna do one today. It's just something that's been bad, kind of been going on online, especially within the Xbox community. Which is what I'm more concerned about. Don't really care what other gamers think. If they don't even have the system, why even take their opinions seriously? But as far as your Xbox guys is concerned, or a person that's gonna purchase the Series X or planning to purchase the Series X, I hear a lot of you guys talking about the actual cost or the price. Um, as I say, PSA video, and what that stands for is public service announcement. And this was going to be a rant video, man, because but I decided to dial it back a little. Had a good time today. Hung out with Hebot and the boys on the We Got Next podcast. Check it out on his channel. It's really cool. Shout out to Phase 114, Sega Man, Tuckmaster, Unlimited Production, and even NWO Prime was in the podcast, which was cool, man. I talked to him for a long time, man. So definitely an OG Xbox guy in these gaming streets as far as social media is concerned. But yeah, if you guys can, man, go check out that podcast and check out each one of these guys, man. If you guys want to hear real Xbox news or get Xbox information from people who actually own the system and play the games and actually like Xbox, especially if you're going to make certain purchases like the Series X, man, these are the guys you need to be listening to. Because we more than just talk about gaming and stuff like that. We actually play games and we actually have the systems and we actually like the systems. And that's not to say if you're coming into Xbox that we want you to like just because we like it, like the system because we like it, but at least make a conscious choice and a conscious decision, especially when you're spending money on this stuff. This stuff can add up. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about, man, the public service announcements once again, man. Look, I've been doing this console stuff for years. I've been to a ton of console launches, man. Some of them not as big as others, most definitely. Gaming is not the same, as especially home console gaming is nowhere near the same as when I first started getting into this back in the Atari days, right? So we've come a long way. With that being said, man, if you've been doing consoles ever since 2000 and you've done console launches, hell, if you've done it in 2013, right when the Xbox One or the PS5 or what was it, 5, 4, whatever they launched, or the Switch or whatever, right? It doesn't take rocket scientists to see how much these consoles are going to cost, right? They usually fit around a certain price line, right? Now, if you guys want to know the definitive stuff, I mean, that's the type of person you are, that's fine. But a lot of you guys I see out there, and again, this is more towards the people in the Xbox community, you should already have a pretty good idea of how much this system is going to cost. If you don't know the specific cost, right? But just a generalized idea. Man, if you've been following gaming trends and pricing trends and stuff as far as how consoles go, sure, the Series X is the most powerful console. It could be one of the most expensive consoles to ever launch. It might not be. We don't know, right? And then I know everybody wants to hear what Microsoft has to say. But because of this stupid stuff that's happened in the console community, or with this console war crap, right, we can't get, you have Sony and Microsoft trying to one-up each other. And I can't blame Microsoft, man, because Microsoft, for some reason, has always got the short end of the stick. I'm an old school gamer. Gaming is not just my hobby, it's a lifestyle. I know that gaming costs money. And I'm not saying it's the most expensive thing you can do. There's other hobbies out there that's way more expensive. There's other things that you could do that cost way more money, right? But when you're talking about things that, is not life or death, right? Like food and rent, those things are important, right? You got to pay for that kind of stuff. But when it comes to console gaming, it is a luxury. It's a luxury item. It's a luxury hobby. Okay, with that being said, man, a lot of you guys should pretty much understand that gaming is going to cost you money, right? That if you decide to do this kind of stuff, you're going to have to save your money or fork up some bucks, man. That's just the way, that's the reality of it, man. Nothing in life is free, right? Now, when it comes to the PSA of this announcement, again, if you've been doing this for a long time, right, you can kind of gauge of where the cost of this console is going to be. But if you just want to play it safe, man, just save $1,000, right? Just save $1,000. I mean, for me, it's kind of easy in the sense that I know for a lot of you guys, if you're depending on maybe you don't play a certain brand or you play various brands or you're a multi-console owner, okay, it could be a little bit harder for you because you're trying to decide what to buy, right? And then you have to save more money than just probably $1,000 if you want to get everything. But for me, man, as you guys know, dude, All In channel used to be Xbox All In. Xbox and its ecosystem is all I rock with, right? And then one of the reasons why I'm only an Xbox gamer is because I like the console, I like the content, but just being on one console allows me to get stuff like the special edition controllers or the special edition consoles. I've done videos on my channel showing a lot of the stuff. I can step outside my comfort zone and buy an Elite controller. I can take the time to try various chargers and stuff like that because I'm just Xbox. So the stuff I buy is only for Xbox. I don't, I got a Switch because of my daughter. We played Animal Crossing together. That's about it. But everything else in my ecosystem is Xbox. So I can say that, right? And I understand that if you're a multi-console system owner, then that could be a little bit harder for you. But I don't have to worry about that. But if you're like me, right, and then you're wondering how much this stuff's going to cost, you don't have to worry anymore, man. Just save about $1,000. $1,000 and you should be safe. You should be able to get a controller, console, and a couple games, at least 1 or 2 games. Because there's never been a time where this console's been over, was it $700? I think the PlayStation, was it the PlayStation 3? There was a time, I think with the PlayStation games, man, it's like what would happen is people would buy and sell it on eBay. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking at MSRP. I don't remember a console being over $700 ever. And I'm not counting Neo Geo, right, guys? Neo Geo that was arcade quality of that time. But in current console times, man, it's never been that way. And I can't see it being that way with Microsoft either, man. Because Microsoft, if they did that, man, people would lose their collective minds, right? For me, I wish Microsoft was $6.99 or $7.99. Number one, just so I could get one. Because a lot of people say they won't buy it, but they probably will, man, because it's good tech. If you don't buy it, great, then that means I can get mine. There's that factor. And then another thing, dude, I'm just tired of all these fake people. Right, and these people that are just buying it to get clicks on their channel and stuff like that, but not really fans of the system. It's time for guys like us to kind of step up and support our systems and stuff like that. And for me, man, that would get off like half of or 75% of the refuge, as Faye said today in our podcast, man, of the gentrified gamers out there. And then, but some of the people will just buy it. Like, there's people that buy these game systems just to smash them. There's people that buy them just so that they can review them and get clicks on their channel because they're going to bash it, right? So if they sold it for $7.99, a lot of people wouldn't buy it. They wouldn't buy it, so that make it safe for the rest of us. Anyway, I mean, but there's people, that's just me being facetious. So anyway, just save $1,000, man. That's the best advice I can give you. Save $1,000. You should have enough for the console, a game, and at least another extra controller, or 2 games and an extra controller, at least, right? So that's my advice to you guys out there, man. Stop tripping out about how much this thing's gonna cost. You kind of know how much it's gonna cost, and again, if you've been doing this for any amount of time, right, you know that you're gonna pay money. So just start saving your money now, or clear that space on your credit card. I'm kind of bummed because our Microsoft store is not functioning, so I was going to actually put on my Dell account. And just because I like using the Dell account. And, you can build up your credit, and they got all kind of... They were going to do some stuff, but I don't know about what's going on now. And with all this COVID crap, I don't know. But anyway, man, save $1,000 and you guys will be safe. All right? Online channel, Jose Forever, we out.